Dobrý den, já vás vítám u dalšího videa. Dneska se podíváme na poslední předložky při a přes. Hello, welcome to another video. Today we are going to have a look at prepositions, při and přes, and this is the very last video of my preposition series. I have shown you 19 frequent Czech prepositions. As you can see here in this chart, we have covered all of them, and the 20th is the preposition column, which I might go back to eventually one day. But with these two remaining prepositions, the series will be concluded. In this video, we will be talking about two prepositions and two different cases, because each of these two prepositions requires a different case. Yes, při plus locative and přes plus the accusative case. Jdeme na to. I also want to show you something really cool that I use especially for these videos about prepositions. This is called Český národní korpus, the Czech National Corpus, and it's a database full of Czech material, literature, magazines, everything that has been printed and gathered here. And I like to use this tool, which is context, to search for any word in context in an existing literature. For example, I look for the preposition při, gives me the number, how many times it found it, and it gives me loads and loads of sentences from books. For example, it's in alphabetic order, and here at the bottom you can go to the very end. Usually at the end we have magazines and newspaper, for example a weekly TV magazine. You click on the sentence and it shows you a little bit of this paragraph, and it shows you where it's found. And you can do many other great things with this. So if you enjoy reading or going through tons of material, this will be your tool. The preposition při works very similarly as the preposition u, which can mean both during and also nearby, something you will see in a while. So let's have a look at the first use, which means during, at that particular occasion. As I mentioned, při is followed by locative, always, no exceptions, so that's good news. You might remember we have other ways to express during. We can say během, we can say za, we can say u, but also there are a few examples with při. Při práci, during work. Při práci nekuřte, don't smoke during work. Při jídle, during a meal. You might remember one of my videos about cases. Při jídle se nemluví. You're not supposed to speak when eating. Or sometimes even in expressions such as při pondělku, during Monday. Pondělí is Monday. But we can make a form that's pondělek, the day of Monday. Při pondělku became the locative case. Co děláš takhle při pondělku? What are you up to on a Monday? Při can also have a little bit of poetic and archaic feeling. Večeře při svíčkách, dinner by candlelight. Literally this could be translated as dinner near the candles. Při svitu měsíce, under the moonlight. And při is also very commonly used for instructions. When you read labels and they give you instructions what to do, what not to do, and when, they would often have při. Při odchodu zhasínejte. Turn off the lights on your departure. This would be more formal. So it could be maybe like a little note that's by the door so that people don't forget to turn off the light. And it's used in terms as well. Při ukončení pracovního poměru. This term means upon termination of employment. Pracovní poměr is employment. Let's look at more examples that also mean during. We will have a look at two words, přitom versus přitom. They are pronounced exactly the same way, but they are spelled as two words versus one word. Let me explain. Přitom, two words, means during that. That would be exactly the literal translation. During that. The preposition and the pronoun to. In the locative case. Tom. Při tom filmu, during that movie, Například. Při tom filmu jsem zapomněl na všechny problémy. During that movie I forgot about all my problems. Jak ses přitom cítil? How did you feel during that? Here we use Tom as a reference to something mentioned before. Whereas přitom as one word is an adverb. This is adverb. It can mean two things at the same time or but in fact. For example, říkali, že nejsou doma a přitom jsem viděl, že tam mají auto. They said they were not home, but in fact, I saw that they had their car parked there. Přitom, we're giving additional information which appears to be contrary. So, but in fact, we can say a přitom, or we can in fact say ale přitom. But in fact, but it's not necessary. The second meaning is more related to place. It means near or right next to. For example, držet se při zdi, to stay near the wall. When you don't want to be seen, you stay by the wall. Držet se při zemi, to stay low. Near the ground, země, při zemi. We also use this as an expression. Musíme se držet při zemi. We have to keep our feet on the ground, not get carried away. Mít něco při ruce, here we would have accusative, some kind of object. To have something handy, to have something near your hand. Fixu mám vždycky při ruce. I always have my marker handy, near my hand. Although I must say it is more common to say po ruce. So po, also locative, is what we covered before. So when you want to say that something is nearby, you always have it nearby. You would say mám to po ruce, rather than při ruce. But both are correct. Stát při někom. To stand by somebody, to stand by somebody's side. Stojím při tobě. I stand by you. Just like you can hear in some Czech songs.
Díky těm, co při mě stáli. Vzkážeš mi, stojím při tobě. Jen při tobě.
And one more slide for při, used in different collocations. Common expressions. Při té příležitosti. It has a very nice při twice. Při té příležitosti. Try with me. Při té příležitosti. On that occasion. On that occasion. So we have two locatives. If you want to see this in context, check the description below the video. I will put examples for these collocations there. Při té představě. Another pš. During that thought, at that thought. This means when I imagine. Při té představě je mi špatně. I feel sick when I imagine that. Při nejlepším, při nejhorším. You are just using an adjective here, but that's all you need. Při nejlepším is the best case scenario, at best. Při nejhorším, the worst case scenario, at worst. Při penězích, být při penězích. This has something to do with money. To be flush with money, to have loads of money. But usually it means it's just temporary. Jsem teďka při penězích, tak tě zvu. I have money now, at this moment, so it's on me. Být při vědomí, to be conscious, nebo při smyslech. Být při smyslech means to be awake, but in a sense that your senses are awakened. You act quickly, you act the right way. That's one meaning. And the second meaning is the same as the previous one, to be conscious. Chytit příčinu, to catch in the act. Čin is a very cool word. Čin is the act. And this is all for the preposition při. And let's move on to the next one, to přes, another pš preposition. Let's have a little break. Při této příležitosti vám něco chci říct. On this occasion, I want to tell you something. My video course, A Fantastic Journey into the Czech Language and Culture, will be on discount starting now. This time I wanted to help you out, and because Udemy only allows me to put maximum 50% off, I temporarily decreased the price, and then apply the 50% discount. So if you would like to purchase this course for yourself, or you know somebody that would benefit from this course, check out the link below. This course is for absolute beginners, but it's also packed with lots of information for those that know some basics of the Czech language. I regularly update the course, and even though it was published at the end of December, I added many new features. The first use. Přes means across. Přejít přes ulici. To cross the street. To go across the street. Here we actually have pře as a prefix. To go across. You could say jít přes ulici. It means the same thing. Dostat se přes řeku. To get across the river. And you see the accusative case. Okay, remember? Přes goes with the accusative case always. Přes can also means over, and over in both senses as in more than and on top, like over something, over another surface. Je mu přes 70. He's over 70. Přes 70. Už je to přes týden. It's been more than a week. It's been over a week. Voda přetekla přes okraj. The water overflowed the edge. Přetekla, overflowed. You see that often we also use it as a prefix of the verb. Přejít, přetéct, and přehodit, as you will see soon. Now, when we talk about layers, to put something over something, on top, you can have an expression such as šátek přes oči. A scarf over the eyes, to cover the eyes. Přehodit si něco přes záda. To throw over one's back. And again, přehodit přes záda. Přehodil si batoh přes záda a šel. He threw the backpack over his back and he left. Přes also means through or via. Komunikujeme jenom přes zprávy. We communicate only through messages, only via messages. Or přes e-maily. Through emails. Přes klíčovou dírku. Through the keyhole. Viděla jsem ho přes klíčovou dírku. I saw him through the keyhole. Vlak do Brna jede přes Pardubice. The train to Brno goes through via Pardubice. Nepojedeme přes centrum. We won't be going through the center. This might be the most common use for přes. You can see that přes is much more complex than při, and it can also mean during, more in the sense of through, přes noc. Zůstanu přes noc. I'll stay through the night, I'll stay overnight during the night. Přes den nikdy nespím. I never sleep during the day. And it also can mean despite and against. I přes všechny ty nesnáze, despite all the hardships, for example, i přes všechny ty nesnáze se usmívala. Despite all the hardships, she was smiling. I přes, we don't have to say I. This means even despite, but we can leave it out. We can just say přes všechny ty nesnáze. This is finally our last part. Collocations with přes. Dát si nohu přes nohu. To cross legs. And literally it means to put one leg across a leg. Dát si nohu přes nohu. Dostat přes prsty means to be punished. Literally means this. Přes prsty, across the fingers, to get a hit across the fingers. It can be meant literally, if you wanna reach for something you're not supposed to. Dostaneš přes prsty. Or metaphorically, if you're doing something that you're not supposed to, then dostaneš přes prsty. You will be punished. A really nice one. To už je přes čáru. We have crossed the line. This is over the line already. Přesto nejede vlak. This is a metaphor. We like trains. This means there is no way this is going to happen. Or this is the limit. And literally this means the train doesn't go through this. This is the line and you cannot do anything about changing that. Přesto prostě nejede vlak. It's just like that. And the last one, jen přes moji mrtvolu. only over my dead body. And this is all. There were a lot of phrases. And therefore, I would like you to write a comment with either one of these collocations or the previous with při that you really like, or try to think of something else using přes and při. To je ode mě všechno. Přeju vám krásný den. Ahoj.